Well, Steeler Nation, I must be the last person or last YouTube channel on YouTube to talk about Najee Harris's fifth-year option. As you know by now, Najee Harris's fifth-year option has been declined. In a real short message, don't care. Love the player. I think it's cool. I want to see Najee be very successful. And I think what is happening at the moment is business is business. And I'll say this, if everyone was really cool and the Steeler Nation was fine with Omar Khan making his moves last year with the draft, with the free agents who came in this year with Wilson and Fields, and happy about how Omar Khan has been constructing this team, then why all of a sudden with this idea where Najee Harris doesn't get the extension, then we go, oh, that's a bad move. That's a terrible move. Do you trust Khan in this instance, or can you separate certain things where Khan has done some good things and for the team some bad things? Sure, you can. The way I see it is, though, this is best for both parties. Now, of course, it would have been on the other foot too. If Najee Harris were to get the extension, fans out there wouldn't be happy because they gave Najee one more year. They want Warren to play. I still like Najee. I like Najee as a running back. I think he's the dude that is a bruiser. And with the new O-line, yes, he's going to be super successful and hopefully get more than 1,000 yards, TDs, and just ready to rock. I'm keen to see him play again. But I'm not that cut or pissed off that the Steelers didn't sign him to a fifth-year deal. Because here's one reason why. Going back to the drafts in 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020 was the Minka pick. Kenny Pickett, Broderick Jones, and Fahatani was the recent one. The only player that I believe that signed the fifth-year option or that's really on the team right now is going back to TJ Watt. Now, I'm not entirely sure that TJ Watt signed a fifth-year option. However, here is my point. My point is the only player on the team that is still here is TJ Watt in 2017. Terrell Edmonds, gone. We don't know if he's coming back. I'm not too sure. He might be a free agent. Devin Bush plays for the Browns. Minka was a trade. Najee Harris is his fifth-year option. They denied that. Kenny Pickett, gone. And now we're building the O-line with Jones and Troy Fautanu. Right? Is it really that big of a deal? Because they didn't sign Najee Harris, I feel like some of the fan base, and look, everyone's got their opinion. Please express your opinion below in the comments. I will try and read as many as I can. But for me, being a fan from Australia, I don't think it matters too much, right? And here's a few scenarios. Let's say that Najee Harris signed the one-year contract. He signed it. He plays well this year. And then after this year in 2025, they offer him another contract or a 2 or 3 year deal. Fantastic. You figure out the money. I trust Omar Khan. I'm not a money guy, so I'm not even going to try to go into that, nor would I lie to you or portray that I am that kind of guy. You go and you sign the 1 year contract, you play good football, then you try and get another 2 or 3 year contract out of Najee Harris, then he plays for 7, 8 years. That's one option that could have happened, but it didn't happen, right? So we have to kind of deal with that and move forward. Here's the next point. Does Najee even, was there talk when Najee wanted to get the fifth-year option? Did his agents and Najee and the Steelers want to figure things out? And they came to a conclusion, both together, and said, you know what? No, don't worry about the fifth-year option. I'm going to play this year out, and then maybe we can work down the track to get a deal after the season's done. So this could have been Najee's talk also saying, you know what? Don't put me on the fifth-year option, and we'll talk it out after or during the season and let it play out. This could also be from Omar Khan's perspective in that he didn't want to give him the fifth-year option, see how it pans out with the new offense in Arthur Smith. They do have Warren, I think, as a restricted free agent next year. So I hope they can sort out something with Warren. If you were to ask me, it's a really hard question, which running back would I rather to keep on the roster? If you only keep one player, Jalen Warren or Najee, I'd have to go Warren. I love the way how Warren plays football, right? We're not talking about Warren just yet. With Najee Harris in this decline of his fifth-year option, it now plays out that he's going to play this year and then at the end of 2024, 2025 season, 1 year's time, we're going to be talking about should the Steelers pick him up in a contract, or should they figure something out? I hope so. I hope Najee and the Steelers can figure something out and, work behind this O-line. I hope they can figure something out with Wilson or Fields, depending who's our quarterback at the end of the year. We don't know. We have no idea. At this point, I see these stories happen where they decline the fifth-year option. They haven't cut him yet. They haven't cut him as a player. They haven't cut him in the upcoming roster cuts. He's still a part of the organization. He's our lead running back. I don't care what you guys say out there. Najee's number 1. Warren is number 2. They play different roles in this offense. Najee is the bruiser, the absolute bruiser. Takes on 3 or 4 players at a time. Stiff arms. He wins angry runs all over the shop. Najee is a really good running back, and where Warren is the more speedster. He's fast like Willie Parker. I believe that was his cousin. I'm pretty sure getting ties back to his cousin. So bringing this back. If you guys believe in Omar Khan, in some certain sense, the way how he's roster building and team building this team, do you not have to believe in the reasoning why he didn't offer Najee the contract for the fifth-year option? We talk how great Omar Khan is. He's in the draft, in cutting players in Trubisky, getting rid of Kenny Pickett, bringing in Justin Fields for a sixth-round pick, going and getting Russell Wilson at his age in a veteran quarterback for his deal. Talk about all those good things. And the minute we don't give, I guess, a good player on one side, a fifth-year option to be there for a $7 million contract for next year, and then got to figure out the contract anyway at the end of the year, Steeler Nation falls down. They go, what? We can't do that. What's going on? You know what I mean? I just don't understand it. I feel like it's good for both parties. Najee Harris, if he plays well, he can figure something out with the Steelers, maybe sign a 2-3 year contract, get things moving, and the Steelers can also see what Najee Harris offers the Pittsburgh Steelers in this offense this year. They got to work for it. They have to work for it at this time. And Omar Khan is doing Omar Khan things. He's being aggressive in the draft. He's waiting for, players to fall for him, getting Zach, getting O-line, getting Roman Wilson, getting Wilson, the middle linebacker, who's, by the way, I've seen some highlights. He's an unbelievable player. ACL or no ACL, that bloke can tackle, and he wants to tackle, play defense. With the Najee situation, I just don't see it as a big deal, to be honest. I support the Pittsburgh Steelers. I do not support the Najee Steelers. I support him while he's on the team. But if this it says to be that Najee Harris is his last year in the black and gold, that's it. What can we do? All we can do, from my perspective, is cheer on Najee while he's here. Hopefully they work out a deal, which can happen, by the way. They didn't cut Najee today. They're not cutting him tomorrow. They're going to go this season, 1 full season left, and then both Warren and Najee Harris will be undrafted. Not undrafted. They will be on the market, free agents, right? Warren's undrafted. So it's not, to me, it's not that big of a deal. Anyways, let's go to some of the comments. I'm going to read some of your comments out and go towards the poll. And if you want to leave more comments in the section below, you can. So I asked you guys out there, the audience, should the Steelers have signed Najee's fifth-year option? I had this one, yeah, mate, nah, mate, trust Omar, and Justin Fields to play running back. You guys already saw my video about Justin Fields playing running back. It's clearly a piss take, and Warren was making fun. So we had 55% say, yeah, mate, 12% say, nah, mate, and we had 30% say trust Omar. So pretty much like the trust Omar one is where we're sitting on the fence, we sit back, we have a beverage, and we trust what Omar is doing. If we've already put that enough trust in support to our team, then why can't we trust him on this situation where, you know what, we don't have to give Najee Harris a contract this year, the fifth-year option, let him play it out, sign him in the offseason, see what happens. But then the other side is, well, 55% said, no, we need to sign him to the fifth-year option, have him under our wing and sort some future contract details out this year. I just think, to be honest, it's nothing too much to worry about. We had this tweet here from Alex Gazzaro too. Hey, everybody. He says here, I get that Najee Harris isn't a big play runner. He's never been. But I don't know what more you could have done to get his option picked up. durable, runs hard, well-rounded, reasonable, productive behind at times, and a patchwork O-line. Didn't expect this from Pittsburgh. I did. You know what? I right now I expect the unexpected. If the Pittsburgh Steelers were to go and sign Najee to a 1-year deal, it would have been fantastic. If the Pittsburgh Steelers did what they did and didn't sign Najee to a 5th-year option, that's it. What do? It's business. Business moves on. You don't sign him, then Najee's got to go and fight tooth and nail to get better and, maybe prove his worth even more to be a part of this team and go and sign a contract next year. I'm not a Najee hater at all. I love Najee. I love the way he plays. But at the same time, I respect what the organization did, what the Steelers did to not give him the option, and that's what happened. And you can't make too many more comments about what should have happened because it already has happened. And at the same time, has the Steelers, the Pittsburgh Steelers, have they cut Najee yet? No, they haven't. All I'm saying is if you trust Omar the last 2 years, for the draft last year, the free agent period, draft this year, another free agent period as well, then why aren't we trusting Omar in this sense with a Najee Harris 5th-year option? And you know what? In a few months' time, maybe they give him another contract or extension into next year, 2025, 2026. Just saying. And 30% of you guys trust Omar Khan.